Hello, welcome to today's tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this pretty blue sky and white cloud heart pendant. You're going to need a heart-shaped cutter, a flower-shaped plunger cutter in the smallest size. You're also going to need a blade to cut the clay, some saran wrap or cling film, a spring bail, which you can see right here, a rolling pin, and you're also going to need some clay. So today I mixed some colours, so I'm going to be just using some plain white for the clouds, and this is by Primo Sculpey, and then the blue I've mixed blue by Sculpey 3, and I've mixed it in with the Primo white to make this really pretty light blue kind of colour. This is the original packet, so it's quite a strong blue, it's quite a strong colour, so if you want to use this colour instead you can. It's up to you how light or how dark you want it to be. So first of all you have to condition the clay, make it nice and soft. Then next you have to roll it out. So I've rolled the blue clay to about 0.5 centimeters thick. It's very important to try and keep the same thickness throughout, so you can get 2 sticks or 2 rods, place the clay in the middle and then roll out the clay to try and get the thickness the same. The same goes for the white Primo Sculpey. It's a lot thinner than the blue. So if you have a pasta making machine, I'd say roll it to a setting of 5. It's a lot thinner. It's not even half as thick, it's probably like a third of the blue. It's very thin. So when you put the clouds on, they're going to go into the clay really easily. So first I'm going to take this darker colour, I'm going to put my blue clay right here. I'm going to take the heart-shaped cutter and I'm going to press lightly, and I'm going to leave the shape of the cutter so I know where I'm going to be putting the clouds. So what I've done is, with the plunger cutter, is I've cut out about 15-16 white little flowers. And that's how we're going to create the clouds. So I'll try and make this as clear as possible. So if you don't want to waste clay, try and get it onto the heart. So I'm going to start quite far up, and then I'm going to place it down and press it lightly. And then I'm going to take a second one, and I'm just going to make it slightly overlap the first. And then I'm going to press on it lightly. I'm going to leave a little space, and I'm going to start my next little cloud. And then I'm going to do the same thing again until the end of the row. So there you have 3 little clouds. Then you want to go, instead of directly underwards, you want to go in the space between. So, and remember to leave a little bit of space, and then you just do the same thing again. You overlap the first one with the second one slightly. Again, in between the clouds, press lightly, and then just put the second one down like so. And then this space is a little bit empty, so I'm just going to push one at the end, and then I'm just going to do the same with the bottom. And I might just put another one on the side just to fill the space a little bit. So there you have your cloud design. I have 2 left over, which is not a big deal, not a big problem. I'm just going to push them down gently with my fingers again, to make sure they've gone into the clay really nicely. Next I'm going to take the rolling pin and move this back a little bit. I'm going to place it on lightly. I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on it. I'm just going to press lightly. Do that a couple of times, take the rolling pin off, change the angle, and then again, not too much pressure. And what you want to see is, you want to see the clouds coming out, and you want to see the clouds, you want to see the clay going into the blue clay, the white clay that is, sorry. And then I think I'm going to do it just one more time. Again, just quite light pressure. And there you have your clouds ready. So I'm going to take my saran wrap, and I use the saran wrap, one strip of it, and I fold it over to make it stronger. And that's so you can get a nice beveled edge instead of a straight edge, and it just looks quite a lot nicer. So you pull it a little bit tight and you place it over like this, you get the heart and you line it up so you can see the clouds quite nicely. And once you're happy with what you can see inside the heart cutter, I'm just going to use a coaster, use any flat object to help push the cutter down. And you have to use quite a lot of force to make sure it goes all the way through the clay. And once I release that, I tear off the saran wrap, the spare clay, and there you have a nice pretty heart-shaped pattern. But the thing is, I still have some scraps of clay around the edge, so I'm going to take my blade and I'm just going to cut away these little edges. Just carefully. You don't want to overdo it. You can see any rough edges or any bits poking out, you want to get rid of them, because it'll be less work for you later. This edges also, so I'm going to get rid of that. Sometimes the cutter will also leave a nick or some cracking along the clay, so you want to push down gently if you see that. Just push gently along the sides, and then if it's only a little nick, you can just smooth that in with your fingers. Just make sure everything's nice and smooth and it looks nice. And then the next step is to add the bail. I'm using a screw-eye bail, and it's 8x4 millimeters. And instead of pushing it in directly in the middle, I'm going to put it to the side. So you want to just press it in very gently. Then you just want to squeeze it in to secure it. Make sure it's straight. So squeeze it a little bit, and then you have your pendant. And the next stage is to cook it. So please follow the instructions on your packet, because it varies from brand, and it you know, sometimes you need to cook at a higher temperature or for a longer period of time, so just check the packet for cooking times. And then this is one I made earlier, the one I showed you at the very beginning of the tutorial, and all you need to do after it's cooled off, it's no longer hot, is you just clip on one of these spring bails, and I have a silver ball chain necklace to go along with it. And there you have it. It's a very pretty pendant. Sorry, I can't get my words out. Anyway, I'm going to do a part 2. And the part 2 is to make it, how can I say, a little bit more fancy. So we're going to add some white cloud-like flowers around the sides, and we're even going to put some butterflies in as well. So if you'd like to see the second part of the tutorial, please watch. And I also have a Facebook page if you want to see more of my work. So please come and visit. The link is in the box below. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope I see you for part 2 of the tutorial. So thank you very much for watching. I can't get my words out. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.